Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Fifth and Grace, where we read tarot, talk about things going on in the world, and enjoy a healthy dose of spiritual straight talk. Today, I want to talk about something that I know hits deep for so many of us: trust. Specifically, why we don't trust people to follow through on plans anymore. Why do we double check and triple check and ask, are we still on? Like we're preparing for a letdown before it even happens. Why do we do that? It happens all the time with me. Like I have friends that I've made plans with, and they will send me a message and say, are we still on? Are you still available? Are you still free? Like, why would I have made other plans if we have plans? And sometimes what I do, because I don't check in with people, I assume we've made plans, those are the plans. What I do is I will just send a message and say, I'll see you at 5 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. And that's when people cancel. And so I always wonder, when were you going to tell me that we weren't getting together anymore? Why are we always bracing ourselves for disappointment in our relationships instead of just trusting? And how do we begin to release that fear and live in the freedom that comes from trusting the flow of life? So let's talk about it. First, though, don't forget to click subscribe, tap the like button, and leave a comment so that I can say hi to you personally. As you know, YouTube doesn't show me really who is following me. I see some of my subscribers, but not all of them. So I don't actually know who's here most of the time. So I would love it if you would leave a comment and let me know that you stopped by. Okay. Somewhere along the way, trust started to feel dangerous. Maybe you were the one always left waiting. Maybe someone promised you the world and forgot the next week, forgot all about you. Maybe you were the one who kept your word, showed up with a full heart, and watched other people flake and disappear or just simply make excuses. So now we double check. And we say things like, okay, no pressure if you're not, even though we really want to see these people. We tell ourselves, don't get excited, just in case. And little by little, we stop trusting people. But more importantly, we stop trusting ourselves. Because here's the deeper truth. We're not just afraid that others will disappoint us. We're afraid that if they do, it says something about us, that we're not enough, that we got it wrong again. And that's the real wound. So how do we heal this? The answer is not to stop making plans or to pretend we don't care or to become cold and distant to protect ourselves from ever getting hurt again. We will get hurt again. The answer is the law of detachment. And this beautiful spiritual law says, allow yourself and others the freedom to be who they are. Do not force solutions. Allow them to emerge naturally. Uncertainty is essential to your path to freedom. Whew. Let's breathe that in. When we detach, we are not saying, I don't care. We're saying, I trust. I trust the process. I trust that what's meant for me won't pass me by. I trust that if this person is meant to be in my life, they will show up in the exact right way. It's not about being passive. It's about being present and letting go of control. So instead of anxiously wondering, will they cancel? Try affirming, if they do, I trust it's for a reason, and I trust I will be okay no matter what. That's spiritual maturity. That is emotional freedom. That's power. So here's how you can start practicing the law of detachment right now, right here, right away. Number one, set your intention and then release it. Make the plan. Send the message. Say yes. But once you've done that, let go of the outcome. Don't obsess over replies and don't create stories in your head about yourself. Okay? You can make up stories, just not about yourself. Stop managing other people's energy. It's not your job to micromanage how other people show up. When you let people be who they are, you give them a chance to rise or reveal. Both are very valuable. Know that uncertainty is not your enemy, it's your ally. Uncertainty is where the magic happens, it's where surprises unfold. It's where everything, if it was predictable and controlled, there would be no space for miracles. Practice radical trust in yourself. You will handle whatever happens. If someone cancels, you will find your own peace in your own company. And if they ghost you, you'll still rise. You are not fragile, you are divine. And now I want to say something really important here. Detachment does not mean you let people walk all over you. It does not mean you're a doormat. It does not mean you tolerate repeated cancellations, disrespect, or emotional laziness. You can absolutely be kind, trusting, and spiritual, and also have standards. So let me give you an example. If someone cancels on me at the last minute, especially only after I've reached out to ask if we're still on, which, and I've already talked about how I do that, I take note. Because the question that sits in the air is, if I had not followed up, when would you have told me? When I was already dressed and waiting? When I texted you from the table? Or maybe never? That's not trust. That's emotional labor. And here's the truth. You do not have to make plans with someone again if their actions tell you that they cannot honor your time. You can send them love, you can release resentment, and you can still decide this is not the kind of energy I want to keep circling in my life. Protect your power. I'm going to say that again. Protect your power. Let me tell you what to do instead. I don't check in with people. I don't chase, I don't poke, I don't nudge, because that puts me in a position of weakness. It says, I don't trust you and I expect to be let down. And that's just not how I choose to live. Like I said, I just send a message. I'll see you at 5. I'm looking forward to it. It's that simple. It's warm and it's affirmative. And that's me standing in my power. I'm not begging. I'm not hinting. I'm not double checking. I'm just simply being clear. I'm taking up space and I'm showing up with the energy I want to receive. If they cancel, that's their choice, and I'll respond accordingly. But I'm not going to dim my light or lead with fear simply because of other people's patterns. So here's your soul reminder today. You are allowed to hope. You are allowed to make plans and be excited. And you are also allowed to release attachment to the outcome and trust that you are safe no matter what unfolds. You're allowed to expect consideration. You're allowed to let go of people who make your time feel optional. And you are allowed to lead with love and strength. When you live this way, you don't lose your heart. You gain your freedom. So if this has been a mirror for you today, if you've been shrinking, chasing, checking in, and waiting for someone to value you and your time, let this be your gentle invitation back to your power. Trust the flow. Hold your standards. Stop chasing confirmation and start living with confidence. Leave a comment and let me know. Have you been holding on too tightly? Where in your life can you practice detachment and reclaim your trust? What's one way you're going to reclaim your power this week? If this message spoke to you, I would love it if you would click like, click subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I'll be back soon with lots of light and love and real talk and, of course, tarot. And until then, take care. Take care of your heart. It's sacred. And as ever, have a magical day.